I was prosecuting attorney for 10 years, actually. 8 years of first 2 terms, and this last 2 years, been elected in 2010. During the 10 years, I supervised 300 attorneys. I was the director of public safety for 2 years, and at that time, I supervised 3,000 employees. I've been involved in the criminal justice system for over 30 years. Now, before I get to all my qualifications, these are some of my qualifications, let me address some concerns that were raised in some ads. They say that I've been accused of mismanagement and people left the office. And you know, when there's a change in administration, attorneys do leave the office. Attorneys left the office, and when I got there this past term, what I found was there were attorneys who were making $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 a year salary, coming to work at 9:30 and leaving the office at 3 o'clock. There were attorneys who did not want to be supervised. I got approached by judges who told me attorneys needed training, and we had to train them. In fact, I was even told by a probation officer that she saw 5 deputy prosecutors leaving the movie theater at 2:30 in the afternoon. As a result of what I've heard and what I saw, we implemented a program where there would be more supervision and more training. And obviously, some people didn't like that, so they left the office. They left the office and they did not want to be supervised. Now, that's really neither here nor there, because the bottom line is public safety has never been jeopardized. As vacancies occurred, vacancies were filled. And public safety was never jeopardized. And in fact, the people who work at the office now, the deputies are very hardworking, dedicated, and skilled attorneys. It's about them being there and working for public safety. That's what's important. I was also accused of ethical violation, and a complaint was filed by my opponent before the Office of Disciplinary Counsel. And it's the first time in 30 years in all my practice of law that an ethics complaint was filed against me. By my opponent, when he found out that he was not going to be appointed after he left, he was not going to be appointed. So a complaint was filed. And a year ago, that complaint was dismissed after a thorough review by the Disciplinary Counsel. I also saw in an ad about cases, that because of certain cases, I think there are 7 cases to mention, public safety was jeopardized. 4 of those cases were jury verdicts. I do not control the jury. 2 of those cases were decisions made by judges. I do not control judges. But let me tell you, in those cases, in the case there were, you saw the acquittals. In fact, we did 11 murder trials for the past 2 years that I've been there. 7 of those cases resulted in convictions. And later on, I'll tell you more about other things, other cases that happened, occurred in office, if you have questions. And thank you very much.
Aloha.
Aloha.
My name is Kevin Takata. I'm running for Honolulu Prosecutor. This is an important position because the prosecutor ensures our safety. The police can investigate and arrest people, but without good prosecutors, you don't get convictions. For 23 years, continuously, I prosecuted crimes. I'm proud to say that during that time, I have obtained the most homicide convictions in Hawaii. Let me tell you about myself. My father, Keith Takata, was the Deputy Superintendent of Education. My mother, Ellen, was a public school teacher who raised 4 boys. For 10 years, I supervised the largest division in the office. During that time, I had to mentor, train, supervise, and guide deputy prosecutors, and that I did. I trained prosecutors locally, nationally, and now internationally. In June, I was invited, and I was only a handful of people from across the nation, to train prosecutors from Mexico and bring the rule of law to a country torn by violence. I have served on several committees, good committees, special committees, and I was appointed by the Hawaii Supreme Court to do so. Presently, I'm at the Attorney General's office where I've been there for 2 years. One of my roles is to be the commander of the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. We investigate and we prosecute those who prey on our children through the Internet and through computers. Why am I running for prosecutor? I'm running for prosecutor because, contrary to the claims, our safety is jeopardized. Our safety is jeopardized by the departure of over 50 deputy prosecutors in less than 2 years since the incumbent took office. Please ask me why it happened. Please ask me why and give me the opportunity. I will tell you. I will tell you the truth. Cases are being lost that shouldn't be lost. Prosecutors are winning only 5% of the domestic violence abuse cases. How do I know that? We had to use the Freedom of Information Act, the same act that the media used to get information on the UH Stevie Wonder fiasco, to get that information, and we had to pay for it. But we got that information. That's why I'm running. I've proven myself as a prosecutor by obtaining the most homicide convictions in Hawaii. I've established myself as an administrator by supervising the largest division in the office. I'm a trusted teacher and mentor of prosecutors across America and now internationally. My name is Kevin Takata, and I'm running to be your prosecutor.